Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 4 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. We got a lot to do today. I want to look at silent gems. Hey, can zinc process in this thing? I guess not right now, so I'll just process you manually, Mr. Zinc. Cool. Okay, good. Mentioned previously the nickel dust bug already being worked on by the FTB team because they're just that awesome. And did a little bit of just, looking into silent gems between episodes. So the gist with silent gems, which is what we're going to play with a little bit today, is you need to make these templates and then you craft them in a crafting table with either materials to get the part that you need, or you can go ahead and just add a tool rod and get like the actual tool, right? So if I wanted a katana, this is what I would do. I would make a katana template, I would give it X number of resources, and each resource will determine the stats that the tool gets. And there's a bunch of different stats and a bunch of different stuff to look at. And I've spent a little bit of time investigating what I want to get. So two things I want to start with first. Number one, I would like to get the saw template, which is apparently a big tree chopper. Don't know what it does, but my hope and guess is that I can cut down trees in one fell swoop, because I love that, early game, being able to cut down a tree all in one go. 100% a dire thing, right? So all I need to do is make the template, and then 5 ingots of some kind, and then a tool rod, and then we're gonna have a saw. That one I'm not so interested in the stats because I don't need it to be like amazing. I just want to be able to cut down trees quickly and then I'm done. The sword, on the other hand, which you can see on here, is the next one that I want to look at. And this one I'm going to care more about the stats. And we'll talk more about the stats and the attributes because there's a bunch of things, kind of like Tinker's Construct, where there's like there's damage, there's speed, there's all these attributes to care about, and then on top of that there's special abilities and cool things. But it's a little different than Tinker's, but, similar. So we'll kind of look at both of these things together. And then as we progress in the mod, there's the material grader, which I think can make the tools better by giving them, like, a grade, and it makes them even better. And then there's a starlight charger, which makes them even way cooler. And then recrystallizer does something even more cooler. So I don't know, I haven't looked into these blocks at all, but the gist that I get is that, like, you get your tool, you choose what resources or what components it's made out of, that will give it stats, and then you can use these blocks to boost those stats and make them even better, which sounds cool to me. I like it. Oh, that's cool. That's neat. Look at that thing. That's nifty. There's a bunch of things. I haven't looked, entirely into the mod, but I've started, poking around a little bit at it. Let's put it that way. So let's look into making our saw first, because we're going to care less about the stats for that one. That's how I'll learn how this works a little bit, and then we'll go from there. Deal? Deal. Let's get to work. So the first thing we need is the saw template, and that's going to need a template board, which we can get with flint and wood. And as you can see, I'm kind of already ready with that. Now, for the saw template, we need 5 template boards and then a couple sticks. So there you go, saw template complete. So now I can combine this saw template with pretty much any resource. So I was going to start with probably something simple like iron. Does that sound like a good starting guy to go with? Sure. So if I put this here and then this, that'll get me this. Now, my understanding is I can interchange this in multiple ways. So if I want like 1 osmium, I thought I could do that. Maybe I'm wrong. Does it have to be all osmium if I want it to be osmium? I guess so. Okay, I thought I could swap them out, but maybe I can't. Yep, okay, so that's fair. And then there's stats on them. So iron has the malleable stat. If I looked at just iron here, it'll tell me more details about it. So malleable gear sometimes takes less damage, which is cool. It also cancels out the brittle because there's some negative effects as well in your stats. And then magnetic pulls in nearby items. Pretty cool. And you can see there's durability, there's armor durability, enchantment value, charging value, rarity, harvest level, speed, all these attributes that each material has. So when you make something out of iron, these are the attributes that will be applied to the tool or whatever when the tool's main, see how up at the top there, like up here-ish, it says main. So when the tool itself is made out of these materials, this is what the stats will be. The tool rod, because it's iron, there's also stats on the tool rod. Some materials have tool rods, but not too many, I've noticed. So for example, if we look at osmium, it does have a tool rod. If we look at, let's say, I'm looking at different attributes here. Well, I guess a lot of them seem to have tool rods, but I know there's some that don't. That's the key. That's the key. And then there's also tip upgrades, which we'll talk about, I guess, in a little bit. So you can add the material to the tip of the tool, and it'll upgrade it in certain ways. But we'll take a look at all that in a bit. So for now, let's just get this. And now if I throw a stick in there, it'll automatically make the saw with, you know, the traits and the materials and all that stuff flexible. Gear occasionally takes less damage, cancels brittle. Oh, that's cool. That's an addition to malleable. Sweet. Now, if I wanted to, I could make an iron tool rod. So let's look at the tool rod stats for this real quick, just for fun. So iron rods give me more magnetic. So that pulls in more items. That does sound cool. Zinc tool rod will give me malleable, takes less damage, and it also increases the durability, repair efficiency, and rarity of the item. Sweet. Okay, that's cool. If I wanted to make a tool rod out of diamonds, you would see I would get brittle 5. Gear sometimes takes extra damage. And lustrous 4. Gear tools gain a large harvest speed boost when in light. And a harvest speed of 1.2. Cool. So I'll just go with iron for now, because I like the idea of a magnet on my saw, right? So if I get a iron tool rod, and then I replace this stick rod with the iron rod, I've now got an iron saw, and we'll see we've got magnetic 3 on it, which sounds cool. So let's go give this thing a try, shall we? And maybe I'll kill Mr. Spider, who's being so noisy and loud out there. Because dire and spider sounds in his early base. What can I say? It's a thing that happens. Good, some trees have grown, which is nice to see. Sword soon, I promise. Because right now I'm using a stone sword, and it just occurred to me that I'm using a stone sword. This zombie has a lot of armor going on. What is going on with that? He really was, wasn't he? Alright, so let's try cutting down this tree. I hope that this does what I hope it does. Oh yes, it does do what I was hoping it would do. Nice. That's cool. Hello, spider. It's not the fastest saw in the world, but it cuts down a tree all in one go, which I like. Now this is like a tall and complex tree, so this one I really want to test to see how well it works. And it magnets. I love it. I love it. This is great. This is what I was hoping for. Look at all the items magneting up to me. I mean, that's pretty neat. I like it. I like it a lot, I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say that's pretty cool. What do you guys think? I mean, me personally, I think it's pretty neat. Okay. So that's my chopping down the trees all in one go kind of thing. Let's throw a nice little pressure plate here, because I always like to have a pressure plate in front of my door. It makes life so much easier. Cool. All right. Is my gadget in here, by the way? No. What do I do with my mining gadget? It's an exceptional question. Where is my... Oh, I put it in there. When did I do that? I don't even know. Weakening stone sword. On hit, inflict weakness. That's cool. This item ignores 7% of durability damage. I bet that's why it took so long to... And 19% base lifesteal. Man, that's cool. We got to get into apotheosis. Some cool stuff in here. I'm just saying. So now let's make our sword. So another quick tip, by the way. Vanilla swords can be turned into silent gear swords directly. So if you want to, you can do that. Up to you. So I'm gonna put that away. I'm gonna make the fancy sword. Now, what I decided to go with attribute-wise is I was looking through it. Osmium has an attack damage of 4, and I was gonna go with that. But then I remembered, hey, this goo mod, everything in the Gobber mod has been really OP so far, and it has attributes on it. So let's see what attributes it has. So when I looked at it, I saw it said attack damage 4, but underneath that it says sword 6. So I'm assuming that means that the attack damage on the sword will be 6. Better than osmium? I think we're going to find out. So first things first is let's make a sword template, which should be pretty easy. I'll just need more of these and then a sword template. And now if I put this in here like that, am I... Oh, that's right. I think it's only 2 ingots for the sword. Okay, cool. And then you, and then will you tell me... So your attack damage is 8. Now, before I actually make this, let's make some gobber ingots. So I need some gobber globs, diamond, gold, and iron. And that'll get me 3 ingots, so I should be fine. So all I really need is 1 gobber glob. So we're going to need 9 of these guys. And that'll make a glob. And then you, and you. And then I should be able to make an iron, or a gobber ingot, right? Now, we can put our... I'm going to probably have an iron stick. I don't know. Did you have a... I don't think this one has a tool rod, for example. He's got so many attributes on him that it cuts off on the screen. So if we did osmium ingots here, we'll see that it's 8. And if we did gobber ingots here, we'll see his attack damage is 10. So I would say that that's better. That's a bigger number. Bigger numbers are good. I like that. So aquatic, full set of armor gives water breathing, deals more damage to aquatic mobs. Flexible gear occasionally takes less damage. Magnetic pulls in nearby items. And I think the magnetic I'm getting off my tool rod. So if I had used a stick, for example, it would be this, right? And we can see attack damage is 9. Left alt for construction. Oh, okay, cool. It shows me the individual tools. That's neat. All right, so attack damage is 9. And if I put that there... Attack damage 9, attack speed -2, attack reach 3. I don't know. I guess just to compare, I want to see the attributes from osmium. Damage is 7, speed is -2.3, and reach is 3. Okay. I feel like this is just better all around. I'm guessing that -2 is better than -2.3. But I actually don't know for sure. It does say tier 3 under the stats there, and durability 3800. And this guy's what? Tier 2 and durability 500. So I feel like the gobber ingot is probably better. So let's make that. Nice. That is cool. That is neat. Okay. Now, can I swap out the tool rods? I can. See, if I place a different rod there, it'll let me swap out the rod. That's neat. And I think I could do the same for the head. If I made another sword template and made just the osmium head piece, I could probably swap out the head as well. So that's pretty cool. I like this. I like this mod so far. And there's armor as well, and a bunch of other tools like crossbows and slingshots and shields and paxels and, you know, sickles and shears and fishing rods and bows and all kinds of nifty stuff. So tridents, spears, lots of things, you know, which I assume there's different cool stuff, right? I don't know the differences between a katana and a sword. I assume, like, maybe, you know, one's better in some way than another. And then, you know, I don't know. You get the point. So now I can apply a tip upgrade to these, I believe. Oh, that's cool. That's neat. So with a smithing table, we can apply coatings, I guess. Bounce. Boots negate fall damage. Armor knocks back attackers. Oh, that's cool. You know, I feel like bounce might have been on my gobber sword. No, it's not. Good. Okay, because I didn't want bounce. I hate bounce. But yeah, we can apply upgrades here. That's cool. So like coating, I guess. That's neat. Magma cream is a coating. Netherite ingot is a coating. Ooh, fireproof. Sweet. So there's coatings you could apply. And there's also adornments. I haven't figured out how to apply those yet. But I'm assuming the smithing table is how you do adornments. Oh, good, there's a thing. The guard takes appearance of the second material used in the crafting. Okay, cool. So what about katana? A sword that is slightly faster but a little weaker than classic swords. Katana can also reach a little further than standard swords. See? That's cool. Now we learned a little bit about that. Cool. Prospect hammer, huh? What's that do? Right-clicking a block will search a small area in that direction for blocks of interest, mostly ores. Also works like a pickaxe for mining. Can be used in some recipes like a hammer. Sweet. That is cool beans. So a lot of things to check out in this mod, clearly. Now, what I wanted to do was apply... I think I'd like to apply a tip. So tip upgrades, I think, can increase attributes. So if you look on the bottom here, chipping reduces armor or increases harvest speed as gear is damaged. Jagged increases attack damage or decreases range damage as item is damaged. But you'll also notice it says things like durability plus 64, harvest level, attack speed, right? Attack damage plus 4. So I think if we apply Nether Quartz tip upgrade, it would give me plus 4 damage. Now the problem is I don't think I have Nether Quartz yet, but I could try this with a diamond tip upgrade, and that would give me plus 2 attack damage. Or we could have for the Nether and get some quartz. Maybe we pop into the Nether real quick and get some quartz, just so that I don't waste diamonds. Now, Gobber ingots I don't think have a tool upgrade or anything like that, so we'll hold off on that bit for now. So let me put away my resources, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go mine for obsidian. Okay. And that's cool. I'll put you in my backpack. I'm gonna smelt up some more charcoal. That sounds like a good plan. This is kind of like my miscellaneous mods chest. Things from mods that I want to keep handy going there. And yeah, let me go mine for a few minutes off camera. I'm going to get myself some obsidian. And we'll be back once I do so. Maybe I should get a bucket with water in it so that I can easily get obsidian. So I'll come back in a few once I've got this covered. All right, I found obsidian. Well, I found lava, and it's about to become obsidian. Beautiful. Okay. What I think I'll do... Remember, it magnets directly into my inventory, so I don't have to worry about the obsidian turning into... or dropping into the lava, right? Super cool. And this is as good a time as any to turn on precision mode. So if I hold right click here, it'll mine the blocks I'm looking at, and then it'll stop. Cool. This is a good use case for precision mode, because I don't want to waste time mining the blocks underneath the one I'm looking at, right? See how it stopped as soon as I was done mining that set? So precision mode is nice when you want to be precise, but, you know, obviously not something you want to use all the time. Very cool. Alright, so the amount of mobs hanging around my base has made me want to make a Megatorch. For a little bit of gold and diamonds, I think it's worth doing. So for now, I'm just going to stick my Megatorch, you know, somewhere. And then what we'll do is put it somewhere else. How about here? That looks like a nice space for a Megatorch. Once I get a base going. Does that sound cool? Now, hey, where's Mr. Enderman? Oh, you're a glowing Enderman. That sounds terrifying. I don't know why you're glowing, but we're about to find out how big of a deal that is. Oh, not too big of a deal. Not too big of a deal. Potentially because of the uberness of this sword that I just made. It is pretty uber, right? It's a pretty uber sword. Like, for reals, it's pretty uber. Just saying. Uranium, do you get processed? Alright, so you can just go in here with this guy. Cool. So I got my obsidian. Let's go pick a nice place to set up a... You know what else I need to do? Let's get a wood to iron chest upgrade. That sounds like a plan to me. Iron chests is a classic mod we are all familiar with. Yeah, I need more inventory space for that junk. And I don't need this many. Well, I'll bring my obsidian that I have. It's cool. And now that also has some attributes to it, by the way, as you can see. That's cool. They're not great, most of them, I would say. But, I mean, you know, better than nothing. Why are you even in here, Iron Dust? I couldn't answer that question. Probably from the long, long ago. In the before times. And let's make sure this thing's nice and charged so that we're ready to mine up the Nether. So I have no idea what to expect when I go in there, but I've got some basic armor going on. It should be better than nothing. Right? Right? It's a little bit better than nothing. Alright, so give me some flint and steel. Flint also has attributes, by the way. It can be an adornment or a tool rod. So yeah, a lot of things have attributes. So I'm gonna go stick this over by the water over here, I would say. No reason to just, you know, stick this over here. I think that should be cool. Okay. And 1, 2, 3. I like a nice, even-ish nether portal. You do you. I wanted a 3x3 today. Here we go, cross your fingers. This might get dangerous. Come on, good nether spawn. Oh boy. Alright, what do we got here? Oh my goodness, something interesting. Some kind of trees or something. Brimstone Caverns. Okay. Neat. What do we got over here? Oh, some things over here. Emberlog Obsidian. Emberbog is the biome. Okay, cool. Neato. What do we got down here? Soul sand? Okay, cool. I was hoping that might be a fortress, but no. One of these days I'll have, like, an amazing fortress spawn. Like, my portal will open and there'll be a fortress right in front of my face. Look at how cool this green fire is. I like that. Oh my goodness. Something's shooting at me. I think that might be coal. Sweet. And silver. Okay. Hello, Magma Cube. Not bad. Okay. Lots of lava in this area, and you need to be careful. Resonating crystal spawn here. Ember block. Ember gel block. Is that ore dictionary with slime? It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it. Got him. Got him, blaze rods. Sweet. Nether gobber ore. I mean, don't mind if I do. Sure. Nether coal ore, quartz, some other goodies. Clearly some things to add to my auto void. Whatever this stuff is. Pocket storage? Can you please accept brimstone? Brimstone. A lot of junk. I like the green fire, though. Like, that's really cool, isn't it? Isn't the green fire awesome looking? I love that. Let's void some junk, too, that we don't necessarily need. Like all these seeds that I picked up before I came down here, right before I came in. I don't need poppies. I don't need sunflowers. We're in a biome that's full of them. One oak plank I can probably spare the inventory space for. Now, what's this nether gobber globit? So that'll make that, and then this is used to make that next tier of the stuff that's really cool looking. And I can also get this thing, which, just out of curiosity, attack damage is 7 for the sword, so a little bit better attack damage on that dude. But it does need some netherite scrap, so just as an FYI. Okay. It's cool, though. One of the benefits of the mining gadget, by the way, is it has a pretty high mining ability. You don't have to worry about, you know, the tier of mining when you're using the gadget. OP? Maybe. Nether Gobber Ore. Now, in fairness, I very easily could have made the next tier of, you know, pickaxe that would be able to mine this stuff. So it's not like, you know, it's too broken. But I'm going to get all that stuff, because, man, there's actually a lot of it here. I don't know what all I'm picking up, but I'll take it. Oh my goodness, there's some crazy stuff going on here. My goodness, that's a lot. All right, let's put away all this coal. Thank you very much, I don't mind. The path to better gear from the craft another globber rod. Okay. I think the Gobber mod, oh, nether glass, a very sturdy glass block, drops the block when broken, gives off light. Okay, cool. Fiery accelerate 1. Neat. Yeah, I think this nether, oh, that's copper ore. There's some kind of Gobber block that is dropping miscellaneous things, kind of like the other one that drops food in the overworld. I think there's a block like that in the nether here. And boy, is there a lot of copper. Is that it? That is osmium. That is lapis. Don't mind if I do. Is that it? That's just Gobber ore. Interesting. Some cool stuff in here. There's a lot of Gobber ore. Like, a lot. There's a lot of most ores, actually, in this place. Like, we have a lot of this Gobber ore at this point. Like, holy cow. Yeah, like, kind of a silly amount. What's this stuff? Blue netherrack. Oh, that's cool. And it's also got attributes on it, so... maybe I'll throw that in here as well, just because it seems like something I might want to potentially void if I have too much of. All right, so I'm gonna mine a little bit here in the nether, and I'll look around, and if anything interesting happens, I'll come back and let you know. Is that fair? All right, be right back. There it is, Nether Gobber Lucky Block. That's the one I suspected had, you know, cool stuff to it. Okay, neat. And that's soul soil. All right. Wow, I am already out of durability for the mining, so what I'm gonna do is head home now. And hey, something tells me, I think my mega torch is working. I see no mobs nearby. I see no mobs nearby. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's cool. Look at this. Flourishing Arkwood Forest. Oh, wow. So that's one of those Ars Nouveau biomes. That's cool. All right. So I got a lot of junk I'm going to have to clean up. So I'll be back in a minute. Let me organize. So overall, not a bad expedition. Let's go ahead and make the tip upgrade that I want to get now. So I'm going to put away all this stuff. We don't need any more of that. I'll hang on to this as my reminder that I need a block of emeralds. We're not quite there. Though I did find a few. I found 7 emeralds down there. So I feel like there's a lot of ores in the nether, which I kind of like. I don't know what you are, so you're going to go in there. I've got a lot of food. That's another thing I like about this Gobber mod. Like, I haven't had to make a farm yet. I've got so much food. And I'm guessing this stuff is even better, right? Like, it's a better version of it. So this is 4.5, that's 6. This is 5, that's 7. And this is 4, and that's 5. So yeah, all around, this is the better version of each of these. Sweet. All right, so if I wanted to make a tip upgrade, that would be you, right? Which needs 2 of these dudes. and a piece of paper of all things, and a granite or diorite type block. So I'll grab you. And then, do we have any paper handy? We did find some, right? Yes, good. Okay. And now I'm going to make that with quartz, I think. And that should give me a +4 attack damage. And I actually got, does it look like I get 2 of those? I do. Neat. All right, so now if I put this in here and that in there, that'll bring my sword, which is currently a 10 attack damage, up to 10.03. Sweet. And I think what it says is jagged, increases attack damage or decreased ranged damage as item is damaged. So because this thing has a little bit of durability loss, that's why it's 14.03. If it were fully repaired, it would be 14, and the more damage it takes, the more damage it'll do. That's cool. Sweet. Now, I'm assuming that I can replace it, but not add a second, right? So this would replace the current tip, which is quartz, with another quartz. If I wanted to make another tip, I could, but that looks pretty cool. I like that. That is a pretty nice sword. I ain't complaining. I ain't complaining. That ain't bad at all. Now, what about you, Nether stuff, Gopper Goo? You can make this, which has a bunch of things. Do you have tips or anything? No. It's a hotkey that switches between them. Oh, cool. And then there's a very sturdy glass block. Drops the block when broken, gives off light. We got one of those, remember? Cool. All right. And then this has a burn time of 64,000. This has a burn time of 96,000. So it's 50% more burn time. So if I made 8 of these and then made 1 Nether Gobber Globlet, that would give me a much better fuel source. Even better than the previous one. Which is kind of cool. We don't have as many Gobber Globlets as we do Nether Gobber Globlets. Something to consider. Cool. So there's your Nether quartz. Now, if I wanted to, I should be able to use my quartz to make the battery upgrade from my gadget. I'm pretty sure that's what I needed. And then a tier 2, we'll need 2 blocks of quartz, but that's only 4 each, so I think that's doable. We can at least get a tier 2. So let's get a couple diamonds, and a couple lapis, and a couple of you. And we should be well on our way. And then a couple irons. All right. So you to battery tier 1 to battery tier 2 needs a pair of these. We're using most of my quartz, but I mean, we can go back to the Nether and get more quartz, right? I mean, it's not that big a deal. And now I throw the battery upgrade in there, and now he's capable of holding 5 million. That's a lot of power, and that's a significant increase in battery storage. It's pretty cool. But now that we have so much coal, I think I'm okay just, you know, throwing a stack of coal in here and letting it turn into whatever we want. Deal? All right, so I'm going to say that's a good wrapping up point for the episode. So what I'm going to do now, wrap up here, come back next time, maybe start to make a base of some semblance. But we've got really good weapon. My armor's still kind of meh, but I could probably look into making some better armor. I would imagine that this Gobber tool stuff would make some really good armor. If we looked at that, you know, we could look at what's a source steel? Oh my goodness, that's a lot of things. I'll have to look into like some of the attributes, but I'm assuming that the Gobber tools. Now is the Nether Gobber ingot hard to make? I need some scrap. I need netherite scrap, and that would probably be harder. But let's compare real quick. So sword attack damage is 6 on this. Sword attack damage is 7 on that. So if I swapped out my sword head for this, that would give me like a little bit more damage. But a pretty minor upgrade for how expensive it is, because netherite scrap is super rare for me right now. But once we get more of it, maybe. In terms of armor, chestplate 11. Let's compare that. Chestplate 12. Helmet 6. Yeah. So +1, a little bit more armor. Ranged damage. So I mean, it's a minor upgrade over the Gobber one. But we're gonna definitely want more Gobber goo. This stuff, Gobber globlets, because remember, we need 9 of them to make a glob. and then we can make a few ingots. Now, if I wanted a set of gear, how much are we talking? So like a helmet, for example, and I'm not sure what the difference is between a blueprint and a template. That's something I don't quite understand. It looks like the blueprint looks a lot more, well, I wouldn't say a lot more expensive, but a little bit more expensive. Maybe the blueprints can be reused. If that's the only difference, then I don't mind making single-use templates, but I might be wrong. But yeah, it looks like 8. So it's the standard, and 5 and 7, right? Yeah, and 4. Yep. So the standard number of resources for armor. So I might make like a gobber armor set, right? That would be cool. That could be cool. Did I have an extra gobber? I did. So like we would have a total of 21 armor if I just made just that. Now can I enchant these? That's a question. Looks like I can, right? I think I can enchant these, which makes them even more OP. Because like sharpness, yes. Fortune, yes. Like all that stuff, definitely. And even better, because we have apotheosis, we can get something like, you know, sharpness. How high does it go? No, there's better sharpness than that. Sharpness goes up to 9. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up, for sure. Cool. All right, so wrapping up point for the episode. Devil20 sign off. Hope you enjoyed it. Let's come back next time. Think about a base, like a house to live in, right? And then also progression and stuff. For now, take it easy.